I'm Lindsay Maloney, and this is the Book Your Dream Clients podcast. I built a 6-figure coaching business while raising my 3 babies and working a 9-to-5, and I'm here to help you break free from the hustle mentality that's been holding you back from reaching your full potential so you can know your worth, step into your own power, and of course, book your dream clients. Welcome back to another episode of the Book Your Dream Clients podcast. I'm so grateful you are listening today. Today, I really wanted to talk heart to heart about those feelings you get when you want to just give up. You're tired of waiting for things to happen in your business and you feel like you don't have any more patience and you're just it's the last straw. And I want to encourage you in this episode to keep going, and so I'm going to share a couple of stories and some inspiration so you feel like you have what it takes to get to where you deserve to go. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. When we start our online business, we go off of inspiration and our dreams. We have a dream for making something happen and from making this big impact, and we are listening to people who are doing what we want to do. And sometimes we forget to acknowledge the gap in between when that person started to where they are now. And you might not even be aware of the gap, and you're just looking at their middle and comparing it to your beginning. And what happens when we do that is once we have our website up and we have everything ready, it's like ready to go, like your store is all set up. I always picture like this really cute little shop on the street and everything, all the shelves are perfect, you're perfect and you're ready and the door's open and no one's coming in and you're wondering, what is wrong? What did I do wrong? Should I redo my website? Should I scrap my business? Should I change this? Should I change that? And you go into this self-doubt tunnel of darkness because you think that you're not good enough. So you'll either give up, you'll scrap it and try something else, and you won't even give it time for people to even find. Or maybe you'll just have that beautiful patience and wait until everything comes together. And it's so hard to have patience when we spend so much time putting things together. And it always reminds me of having a baby and how we spend 9 months creating this beautiful life, and whether it's easy or not, we're going to get that result. And by the blessings of God, we'll get that result. And when we're raising our kids, we can't, especially when we have multiple kids, they all grow at their own different pace. And I've said this before, is we as a mom of 3, I don't stress about my daughter not doing the things that my other daughter did at this age or vice versa. It doesn't matter. Their goal is to just be a happy human, a happy, healthy human. And I don't obsess about that anymore. And I used to obsess about the growth of my business. And I used to obsess about the growth of my kid when I had my first baby. And so I'm going to share something with you that I've never shared with anyone before. And it hit me the other day because I see so many of, coaches out there who are just under this pressure that they created themselves, by the way, to get their business going. And when it doesn't go at the pace that they think it should go, they get so flustered and they wonder what to do next. And you don't have to do anything. You need to just chill out and relax and have patience and let this grow at its own pace. And when I was thinking about that, on how can I make this really clear for people that this is an effective strategy to step back and have patience, because it's such a hard piece of advice to hear it's hard to hear for me sometimes, and for everybody. Like we're action driven. We want things to happen. If I put in this work, then this should happen. That's not how it goes when we're creating an online business. Creating an online business is one big giant experiment that will never end. And that's a good thing because what works for me in my business today might not have last year or next week or tomorrow. And I love that because it's always an adventure. It makes me happy to know that I have so much freedom to test things, to try new things. And if it doesn't work, I don't care. There are plenty of things that I have shot out there that I thought would be amazing that didn't get the feedback that I thought it would. And it doesn't matter because I truly believe that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So if I have an idea and I want to put it out there as inspired action and it didn't work, that's just feedback for me. Maybe it didn't work today, but maybe it'll work next week or next year. Okay. So when we accept that entrepreneurship, having an online coaching business is just one big amazing experiment slash experience, it helps us to get into the place where we can just try things and be open to the results, not be tied to the results as if those determine your worth, because they don't determine your worth. If you have a webinar or you put out an invitation to join your Facebook group or to DM you about your one-on-one coaching and nobody does it, who cares? It doesn't matter. Keep doing it. And when you keep doing it, it will remind people that that's what you're here to do. If we just do shots in the dark once every few months and no one really, it doesn't sink into people that this is your thing, then we're not going to get those results. But if we know that this is our purpose, and I'm like slamming my hand on my leg because I believe in this so much. If you believe that this is your purpose, keep doing it. Don't shortchange yourself by just giving it one shot and then walking away. So let's get into the comparison that I had in my mind about how running your business is like having that first baby. So the first year of my son's life was pretty stressful. I was a new mom, and I thought that if you had a perfect pregnancy, everything would be perfect after that, and that's not true. And that's an analogy for your business. If you think that just setting up your business went so well, speedy, and it looks great to you, it doesn't mean that the journey is going to be the same. And I wasn't okay with the fact that my life wasn't as normal as I thought it would be after I had this baby. And I remember after we had to travel out of state to go to the Mayo Clinic to help our little guy be better, I remember talking on the phone with my grandma crying after a day full of appointments. And I remember telling her that I am never having another baby and I am never doing this again. This is too hard because I felt like such a failure. I wasn't I wanted to just be home with my baby. I didn't want to be in a hotel. I didn't want to be going to doctor's appointments. I didn't want to schedule all this stuff. I hated it. And so I told myself I'm never having a baby again. And my grandma said, "Don't say that. You don't know. Everything will be fine. You don't know what will happen, and I'm sure all of your babies will be healthy if you have any more." And I said, "Nope, I am not having a baby. I am stubborn. I am not having another baby. I'm not doing this again." And I remember where I was standing in the hotel room when I was talking to my grandma and her just kind of like giggling at me because she knew I was under an immense amount of stress and she knew that I was just speaking from pain. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because I didn't trust the process. I didn't trust that all will be well. I didn't trust the fact that I was being watched over. I knew it far away, that feeling. But then I thought, like, what the F? Like, why am I even here? Like, I am a healthy person, and I do everything right. Why am I here? Like, it didn't seem fair. And I thought, like, what am I being punished for? I did everything right. And I didn't trust that all will be well if I just let go of this control thing that this isn't going my way, like my way. I didn't even think that maybe God has a really awesome plan for me and my son and my family and our life. Why am I telling you this? Because I really believe that so many people start a business and they don't trust the process. They don't trust that they are on their own journey. They're not on their coach's journey. They're not on the program creator's journey. They're on their own road, and it's freshly paved. No one has ever traveled it, and no one ever will. But here's the thing, your destination has already been planted. The minute you thought of your business and its impact that it's going to have on people and how amazing it's going to be, and you see the website, you see yourself working with clients, you vision all of these things, that's you planting the destination on the map. It's there. Okay? Now, the tricky part is, where are we going to start, and what is this road going to be like? So I picture like your business is in Florida. That's your vision. I need visuals, so here's where I'm going with it. Your business is on the map on Florida. Like, there is your vision, there it is. And if you have 10 other people who have the same vision, like they all want this successful coaching business or whatever it might be, that's where the visions are in Florida. And then wherever you are in this country, on this planet, that's where you're starting from. Everyone is starting at a different point. No, there's not people stacked on top of each other. You're all at a different point of your beginning is different. I'm in North Dakota, so I'm going to start here. You are in California, so you're going to start there. You might have to go over some mountains. You might have to go over some rivers. You might have to go over some really crappy roads. You might have a point where you're going into just smooth sailing cruise control. Does this make sense to you that this is how building a business is? Same destination, we all have that dream, but we're all starting at different levels and we all have different journeys to go through. Okay? Does that make sense? Just like, having kids. We know that we want to I knew that I wanted to have a baby. I knew that I wanted to have a healthy child who did all the things that all healthy children in my eyes did. But I didn't know that it would take me this route. I didn't think I'd have to go the route that I did. But once I was okay with it, and I knew that I was being guided and watched over all the time, I knew that I was being taken care of, the stress was gone. And even when more stressful situations happened, when it came to this little baby, it was okay because I knew that we will be home. We will be living this amazing life. And we are. He's 10 and a half years old now, and he's awesome, and he's healthy, and he's perfect. But if I would have focused on all the things that I didn't have and all the things that I wished I had and just sat there in this, I'm never going to do this again, I wouldn't have had my 2 daughters. I wouldn't have this family of 5. If I would have stayed in the mindset of, woe is me, this sucks, I can't do this ever again. I'm not willing to travel this road because I don't know what's next. But once I knew that I was being watched over, guided, whatever, then everything was smooth sailing from there. And I wouldn't have Gracie. I wouldn't have Violet because I wouldn't have trusted that it'll be okay. I wouldn't have my business. If you look at the timeline of my business, I started my business once I started trusting in God more with my family and my son. It all started at that time. And that just kind of came to me right now when I think about it. I started my online business when he was just about 1 year old. And that was when everything seemed to figure itself out. That's just proof right there. Once you start trusting, everything comes together. in your life, not just your business. This is not just about business. This is about life. Trust that there's always something really good coming to you all the time, even when it feels like you're in the depths of just muck and you don't even know what tomorrow will bring. There will be some amazing things coming for you because that's what you're here for. And I want you to know that. So whenever you feel like your business is like not moving forward, it's stuck, what 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 is going on here and what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. You just have to have trust and patience to let it do its thing, because I don't know, you don't really know where you're starting, do you? You don't know, like, oh, if I start my business today and then in 2 years and 3 months and 5 days, I will be at 6 figures. That's not how it works. You just have to trust the journey. It's like you're blindfolded and you know that you're going to be safe along the way, and you might test out different things and try different things to get to where you need to go, but the destination is always going to be there for you. I hope that makes sense. I hope it sinks in that if you believe you are here to do more and your modality to do that is your coaching business, then let it do its let it work its magic for you, because trust me, once you let go of stressing out about the end result and stressing out about this strategy and that strategy, it's really easy to do. Trust me, it is. I hope this episode resonated with you. I hope it was helpful, because it really meant a lot to me to share that with you, because I was there too, and I want you to know that I didn't always trust and I didn't always believe that this could happen for me. And I thought maybe sharing a little deeper of a story, a little bit painful thing, will help you realize that I'm right there with you. Let me know if you need anything. Reach out in the Facebook group, dreamclientcommunity.com. DM me on Instagram. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening. And if you feel so kind, I'm going to ask you to leave a review and put some stars on there. I would love that. Thank you so much. I will talk to you on the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Book Your Dream Clients podcast. I am so grateful for you, and I want to be sure you are a part of my free community. Go to dreamclientcommunity.com and join our free Facebook group. We have all kinds of cool things happening every single day, so don't miss out. Also, if you love downloading freebies, check out my freebie vault on my website by going to lindsaymaloney.com, selecting freebie vault, and there you can download all the things that will help you start and scale your coaching business. And if you're feeling extra generous, be sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode.